This year's championship is going to be one of its kind. It is going to be different from the others, the way and manner in which it is being organized. The previous years, we will only do the regional championship, and from there we get to the finals, and then get straight finals. All the events are straight finals. But this time around, we have the number of schools increased and also the number of athletes increased, especially that of the athletes. Previous years, we normally host about 400 to 500 athletes or 600 athletes, but this time we are hosting almost 2,000 athletes. So 2,000 athletes out of 117 schools, but the number of schools that participated right from the beginning were more than 117 schools. So usually some schools that don't have a single qualifier, those schools will automatically drop, and those with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or even up to 20 or 30 qualifiers are the ones that will normally participate in the finals. So every year we're trying to emulate the Olympics. Every year we're trying to emulate Olympics, the way and manner in which the competition is organized. But the only thing that is actually disturbing us or that is not helping us is the other side of the situation. That is the stadium. We don't have the stadium, we don't have the right tracks where we will stage our championship. It's very sad, it's very, very sad as a nation. We are staging a championship of this magnitude on the ground, on a bare, just mere sand, where people will be running and dust will be following them. Like you depressed when you are taking the shots, you normally see, especially videos, you normally see dust following, especially late in the evening. So we hope and pray that next year we'll have more grounds in the country, including the stadium, where we can stage our championship in a very clean environment. I know Modun Jai is just from the United States of America, and he knows even small clubs that are not even noticed by the state, they have a special ground where they normally do their training. They have tracks, everything. But for us, everything is improvised. Everything has to be improvised. We are in the modern age, in the 21st century, wherein we expect this kind of facilities to be provided or to be available for the youthful population of this country. And this is what is going to curb some of these problems that we are facing as a country today. There are so many people in the streets who were supposed to be with us, but because the opportunities are not there, so they cannot even be involved in the sports. So some of these things, I think we hope and pray, in the coming years, situations will improve so that the youths in this country can have, various grounds across the country wherein they will play football and they will do athletics and then play basketball, play volleyball, at their own convenient time, even whatever time of the night they can play, and then have, time for themselves and develop their skills. So this year, as I said, we have over 2,000 athletes that will be participating in the finals, and we have what we call semi-finals and finals.
I just want to highlight a few things. The first one is some of the technicalities that we applied in this new innovation that we have come up with. That is the semi-finals and then the finals. This is the first time we are doing that. Like he rightly said, the reason why we decided to come up with this is that the unprecedented number of schools that show the interest in participating in our competition has grown very big, and therefore there is a need for us to also come up with a mechanism so that we can be able to accommodate more schools in the national championship. So that prompted us to come up with this, and I think it's a model that internationally accepted as well. And then we have what is called the semi-finals and then the finals. There will be two groups at the semi-finals. In each group, the first three that will come will automatically qualify, meaning Group A and Group B. Group A, the first three will automatically qualify. Group B, also the first three will automatically qualify. Because the total number that will participate, when we add them together, will be 13 schools. So one group will have 7, another group will have 6. So 3 will qualify in Group A, and 3 will qualify in Group B automatically by 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. The remaining ones now, we are going to choose the best timing now. So the best timer among them will be added to the 6 to make it 8. And again, we also look at another mechanism. How are we going to do the grouping? Because we have schools in the campus and the schools in the provinces. But we have to put so many factors into play. If we said, okay, we are going to do the balloting, there will be some issues there. So we decided that now we are going to divide the whole schools into, the whole participating schools into regions. Region 1 and Region 2, or we call it West Coast Region and KM Region, will form Group 1, Group A. And then Group B, all the provincial schools like CRR, URR, North Bank, and LRR combined together, will also form Group B. Slot B, Pool B. In that way, we believe that if that happens, no matter what, there will be a representation of every region will be represented in national finals. Because in the, let's say, provincial schools combined together, when they run, 3 will automatically qualify. So no matter what, 3 will be present in the finals. Combo schools also, when they run, 3 automatically will qualify. So 3 also will be present in the final. So the remaining now will now be the successful ones that will make the best timing will be added. Could be from the provinces or from the combos. So in that way, it will have a national character. So that's one of the reasons why we come up with that. That's one part for the semi-finals and then the final aspect. So when it comes to this time around, the comportment, the appeals and orders, I think generally we can say, Alhamdulillah, is one of the most successful in all the region. The level of fanfare, the participation, the level of competition was unprecedented. We can see that the level of endurance that the athletes are showing cannot be matched with any other years before. Because now the schools are taking it as a thread now, preparing the athletes well ahead of the time. They have what is called pre-season before the competition actually starts. That was known only by the combo schools, but all the provincial schools now have adopted that. That's why we have seen the keen competitions now. There is no big gun now in our competitions. In respect to that, we have seen schools that could not make it before are now coming up and with a very respectable, positions. But away from that, we have seen equally the level of fanfare, in the provinces is even bigger than that of the combos. So meaning the love of sports now is even shifted to the provinces more than even the combo. And then the level of comportment, the disciplinary level is very high. We have encountered a very minimal level of indiscipline, very, very minimal. In fact, it has not cost us anything that will warrant us to sit down and come up with a very strong measures against schools or individuals. So that's a great improvement on that aspect. And the other aspect is the level of cheating. I think our past 3 years, that unprecedented action that we have taken, banning many other schools as a result of cheating, has definitely sent a very good signal to all the schools that as a body, we don't compromise. And we have a zero tolerance to cheating. And that now has, every other school have now taken that one seriously. That's why you have a very minimal issues of cheating. I think we only have 6 issues, 6 appeal. And out of that 6 appeal, only 1 got successful. So that alone speaks volume that obviously there is a very minimal aspect of cheating in our competition. And we hope and pray, come next year, we will not even have a single one because everybody will go by the rules and regulations. But there's one thing that is still that has affected our competition this a little bit in terms of adhering to the rules. We have introduced what is called athlete fixture. Because international, before you participate, you will send your athlete name ahead of time. And then all those people will be registered. So this time around, we equally introduce what is called athlete fixture, where you will highlight all your athletes in every event that they will go for, 100 meters, 200 meters, and the like. And that will be submitted ahead of time. So that now the secretary will compile all those things. So during the competition, we have given time to every school. If you want to do changes, at least 30 minutes before time, you come and then do the necessary changes. But we have seen that few schools have not adhered to this very well, and that has affected them. Like when in CRR, Brikamaba was a bit affected. When we come to West Coast, we have Minda was affected, but the combo schools was the biggest. They were the highly affected ones. I think most of them did not adhere. The like of Scan Aid, Latrikunda Sabiji, Bakote was later cleared because we found out that there is no much issues in the like. So by and large, we have St. Charles, St. Charles Luanga and others. But by and large, this was at a minimal scales as well, not a very high scale. So generally, we can say this competition, regional heat generally, was a very successful one, and we hope that the national championship will be more successful, because what we have seen at the regional level, if it is translated in the national championship, all of us will be very happy and proud of school sport.
It is time for us to gather again in Bottrop, and the dates are scheduled. It's 25th to 28th, this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. As you all know, the Gambia Secondary School Sports always organize the biggest athletics competition in this country. We understand the constraints of the stadium that resulted in us going to Bottrop. We have tested the water last year in Bottrop, and this time around we are going, and we will improve on anything that we should fall off while we were in Bottrop. So we are set to go for the finals. And having you here as our partners is something that is very important, because the media will have to sell the message out to the people, so that this country, from Banjul to Katong to Bolibana in Region 6, we all know that the Gambia is assembling at Bottrop 25th to the 28th. I believe my colleagues have informed you that the ticket price for Bottrop this time Thursday is $30, Friday, Saturday is $50, and Sunday is $100. The Gambia Secondary School Sports is not sponsored. We do things on our own, and gate takings are something that help this institution to raise funds. So therefore, we will want the people to understand and come to our aid. We are relying on the Gambians to come out and support the program by paying tickets and watch the games, so that at the end of the day, the school sports can do more than what we did. It's a big venue, it's a big coming together. We're talking of 1,700 athletes across the country who are all coming to Bottrop. 835 females, 865 boys, for a 4-day event in Bottrop. It's not easy. The school sports is going to accommodate 600 students, all the students from the provinces, including those in Fonyi, and we'll provide them breakfast, lunch, dinner. We know in our Gambian context, if you have to provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for one single individual, how much it will cost you? Talking of 600 to 800 people. So it's not easy. And it's the secondary school sports that provide those funding. So there is need for us to raise funds. And we can only raise funds through getting the funds through the gate takings. So we want you to help us to spread the message. And for us, we are ready to make sure that there will be free, fair judgment as far as the events are concerned. This is an opportunity for our students, our athletes, to show their talents. It's an opportunity for them to show the country what they can do. It's an opportunity for them to be selected to represent this country. So all of us will entice all of you to sell the message out so that people will come. We are not going to Bottrop for violence. We are going to Bottrop to compete, and in a peaceful and transparent manner. And we are rest assured the Gambia Secondary School squad is prepared for Bottrop. And thank you very much.
The relay batons are also sponsored by Mr. Modunjai. God bless you. Thank you. The walkie-talkies are presented by Mr. Aliu Cham. So that, and their batteries, so that we can be able to communicate as we are in the different areas. Instead of the whistle doing the talking, we can just talk and then people will be communicated to. Now, I have been given a token sum to bring. I wanted to disappear with it, but I know I'll be caught. So $500 were collected from the athletes, the former athletes in the U.S., given to Modunjai for us to bring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. So I will hand this over to the president of the Gambia Secondary School Sports Association. Thank you. And these are the materials also sent by the ex-athletes, former athletes who have contributed this to make sure that we receive it.
And then this is the bag.
So this is going for the winners of the shop.
The shops here.
Where are the ex-printers then?
Bottles. And stocks, I think.
Yes. Wow.
And the bag.
Wow. So this is
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So these are for the winners of the field event shop program. Great.
And then this is for the ushers. I think we should go.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The basket girls. Yeah, basket girls. Oh, sorry.
Oh, the basket girls.
Basket girls. And then like the usher, sorry, and then like this one also, I think, I don't know, really don't have the idea.
Okay.
Okay.